All right. It is Fist Pump Friday, and welcome to the show. The Weed Squad presents Montez at midday, and I'm your host, Dre Montez. I hope everyone is doing well. It's what I like to call the Fist Pump Friday edition of the show, when everybody's excited to go to work and get off work and get paid at the same time and possibly go on vacation or take a weekend trip getaway. Those are the things that usually happens to people as they're preparing for the weekend getaway. And if you're going on a weekend getaway, already enjoy yourself. Most importantly, before we start off the show, I would like to give out condolences to the St. Louis Fire Department community. Deepest condolences and sympathy. You guys lost a great one. He was a well-known young man in the area. So my prayers and thoughts and strength to the families and co-workers and friends of that young man. Again, to the St. Louis Fire Department community. Guys, you know we got to do high fives. Chest bump. Let's hug it out. Let's get in there for the real thing, good people. Let's get in there for the real thing. There it is, right there. You already know. If you are celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating one of those things, you know how it be. You know how it be. If you're a new parent, congratulations. If you're getting the keys to something that's you're about to move into, whether it be a house or any type of situation, the key to your new business, congratulations. If you're worried about that meeting, you got this. Coffee is for closers in those great words. I am actually in a countdown mode as I'm getting prepared to go to my first NBA game in Oklahoma City to see the Thunder take on the Indiana Pacers. We are in countdown mode. I cannot wait. I've seen the preliminary edition of the itinerary while I'm there, and I'm looking forward to it, gentlemen. We're in countdown mode to go check out some NBA basketball in the great town of Oklahoma City. There it is right there. Should be a lot of fun. If it's your first time tuning in, thank you so much. But there are several ways you can follow the show as we come with you with Montez at midday each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. On Facebook, we have a page, Dre Montez, as well as Who's to Blame. Instagram, Who's to Blame the podcast. Twitter, at W2B, Dre Montez. YouTube, like and subscribe to our channel, Dre Montez. And you can also check out some of our TikTok videos at Dre Montez63. You can also visit the website, which I encourage you all to do. Go to www.dremontez.com and get a complete listing of all the sponsors. As you know, we support small and local business throughout the community of downtown St. Louis, historic Soulard, South City, Morgan Ford, and Roger Place area, as well as downtown Bell Vegas. So there you have it right there. Good people. Well, there's usually a lot of things to discuss on Fridays, and with the upcoming NFL playoffs about to start tomorrow, should be a lot of fun. You know, what's going to be the bigger story? The team, the weather, the injuries, the fact that this team made it that far, considering the situations, the classic matchups we've been looking for. There's all kind of headlines that are going to come out of this by the time we get to Monday night and check out the Rams playing as well. So it's a whole lot of stuff going on to catch this situation, especially that Rams and Arizona game. That's a lot of hometown feel when you see that bird on a helmet or you see that Ram on the side. There's a lot of 3-1-4 sensation going on in that matchup as well. And also I got the February list I'm going to give you about what we have coming up in the month of February on the show. But we're going to go ahead and get on into this thing and this situation. You know, there's no secret that I watch a lot of television and movies and shows, documentaries. And what I've discovered since I've been watching these shows, a lot of these shows I didn't get a chance to watch when I was playing ball. That was more important to me than sitting down and watching a half-hour show, a 1 hour show, or even a whole series in a day and a half. That was unheard of for me at that time. But since then, we've had time to sit back and enjoy some of these shows we did not get a chance to watch when they were out and everyone was really on top of them. And I've gotten to know that watching these shows, they may be blasphemous, they may be sacrilegious, they may be how did they get this done? But what I've noticed, they all have a message to give you. Now, I don't know if you're watching any of these shows. I'm just going to give you a rundown of some of these shows that I've started watching, or I'm a fan of the people that are in them, the creator, the executive producer, the story behind it, and a couple are not even on anymore. But I thought I would just run down this list. And one of the shows that I'm having a lot of fun of taking a gander at and going down the white rabbit hole on has to be The Righteous Gemstones. And that show is something else out there. My man, Arlington Lane. How you doing, my man? My man, Arlington Lane right there. My man, he brings you them facts, man. I'm telling you, if you're into the XFL, my man, Arlington Lane got you. But The Righteous Gemstones, that show is, I don't know if you were in the television, TV, evangelistic phase era, know about any of those shows. This show kind of reminds me of that. And I've also caught up. Well, I started it and I finished the whole thing, Black Jesus. And that show, very creative with the writing, the way the message comes across the board and what you get out of those are very, very well thought out, planned out. I'm quite sure the show would have kept going on, but due to the losses of Charlie Murphy and John Witherspoon, I believe the show decided to go ahead and cut the ties then. But I'm still trying to find out more of the behind the scenes on the show, Black Jesus. And I'm watching this new show that's out that's taking a look of the 1970s era and the push of the pimp, prostitution, drugs, and the porn industry. There's a show called The Deuce. And it's an interesting look. It's an interesting look. You know how they glamorize the pimp lifestyle, the ups and downs of being a streetwalker, prostitute, what you needed as in your bag of happiness to make it through a shift, which came in a lot of play, a lot of drugs and alcohol, as well as the real estate game in the 70s. And it's depicted in 1970s in New York and the rise of the porn industry. If you had not had a chance to take it to the show, it's pretty interesting. My next show I'm looking forward to coming back is P-Valley. Wow. This is a very different look at the world of the adult strip club industry right now. I mean, it's a very deep show and there's things behind the scenes, but if you haven't had a chance to get caught up on it, it's called P-Valley. And another show out there about the nail industry, the hustle game in South FLA, you got to check out Claws. That's, man. And also in the late 70s and 80s, a look at the situation with the drug control in South LA, known as Snowfall. Deep shows, check them all out. The Righteous Gemstones, Black Jesus, The Deuce, P-Valley, Claws, and Snowfall would not lead you wrong. But you know it's Friday, and you know how your boy Dre Montez likes to have fun when dealing with the topic of sex. And in one of the Seinfeld episodes, I just have a question for you out there. Have you, as a male or a female, ever discussed with your girls, your boy, your crew about a sex move that you have or that has been performed on you, and then you find out that it's from someone in the crew? Case in point, Jerry had told Elaine's boyfriend, Cuddy, about a move. And Cuddy used the move on Elaine, and Elaine wasn't as thrilled because she's had the move done on her before, and told Jerry what Cuddy did. And Jerry like, hold on, I told you the move and you used it on Elaine. Has any of that ever happened to you? I'm asking for friends out there on this matter. Has anyone ever shared your sexual move? And you know how we were in our teenage days. We told everybody every goddamn thing. Either what she did with the Blue Halls cough drop and the vest soda with the fried rice in her mouth. Everybody know all that stuff. You know what to do when you have a quote unquote, what they like to say out there, a what they like to call it, when you're keeping notes in a scorecard. You know, people actually used to do that. I mean, when they put this in movies and television shows, this wasn't something that just came up in a writer's room. Somebody shared an actual true story that occurred with them. So I'm just wondering, has that ever happened to you? It is a Seinfeld episode. I call it the sex move episode. It may have something a little bit more prestigious to it, but for right now, I'm going to stick with that. It's Fist Pump Friday, and it's your boy, Dre Montez, and the Weed Squad presents Montez at Midday. So I'm thinking any way you want to look at this or see it across the board, I think it's pretty much self-explanatory when it comes to things of that nature that are being shared, looked at, and shared upon when it comes to situations like that. But I think it's to each its own when it comes to a situation like that. I really do. But those shows that I'm watching, I tell you, very, very interesting on how you can look at it and use it in today's situation, whether it's a pro or a con. It's any way you want to look at it. Those some well thought out, well written programs that I'm watching. And wow, I was a little let down by Ghostbusters. I'm gonna let that go. We're gonna let that go. I guess we're gonna get ready right now for Scream. Ready for Scream. Yes, we have a movie theater sponsor as well over in downtown Bell Vegas, the historically famous Lincoln Movie Theater. Check them out. Again, check out that complete list of all the sponsors by visiting the website www.dremontez.com. And yes, shout out to all my veterans out there and VA workers across the U.S. Thank you all. It does not go unappreciated whatsoever at all. Again, condolences to the St. Louis Fire Department areas here throughout the St. Louis area. Just condolences to you guys. And also shout out to my girl, former radio personality, TV personality, live stream sensation, Miss Tammy Holland. Congratulations, young lady. You go, girl. I shared her great news on our Twitter page at W2B Dre Montez. Shout out to my man, Palmer Alexander, for sharing that as well with the network. All right, for sure. So we got some NFL coming up this weekend, huh? We got some people out there trying to get something off their chest. Who is it going to be? The Raiders and the Bengals. What's the bigger story? The fact the Raiders didn't take a knee and help a motherfucker out? Or the fact that Joe Burrow about to really clown in this high stage of playoff NFL football weekend? Look, considering what the Raiders have been through, this story itself is a Lifetime moment, a BET movie, ABC Monday Night Movie of the Week, and an ESPN E60 special, all in one season if you look at the Raiders, what has happened and transpired with that franchise. But if you look at the Bengals and think about what Marvin Harrison did, and the outcome while he was there, and now you look at what the Bengals are sitting at right now. They're in position to do something cool and great. But we all know everybody's record is 0-0 in playoff football. Yes, there's going to be a lot of cliches like that you're going to hear. Everyone's starting off 0-0. No one knows each other. Yes, they do. They all know each other, tendencies and everything. It all depends on how Mr. Carr starts off in his game. With a positive attitude, trying to do things that are not there, scrambling out of the pocket, the defense showing up, special teams being a key play, not just the kicking game, but as well as the kick return and punt team as well. Field position will be a key factor. Weather will be a key factor this weekend in all these teams, and who's going to make the big play versus the smart play. So I know more Raiders fans than Bengal fans out there. My man E. Laclede Town in the building representing. the Raiders. As a Bronco fan, you know how I feel about this game. But to each his own, I'm looking for a great, hard-fought game. How many times will the giddy get done in this one? The Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow said there's nothing to do in the natty. We definitely going to find out right there. All right. Also, the evening matchup where everybody's already anticipating old man winner, running the ball, throwing the ball, field position. Should Mr. Allen, Josh, take Viagra in this cold weather? We've actually heard former NFL football player Bart told Mr. Man to possibly take Viagra to keep the blood flowing. Now, look, I don't know if anyone has been known to take a sexual stimulant during an athletic competition. I don't know the statistics on that. I don't know the different variants on that. I don't know if it's a good idea, a great idea, or But interesting what professional athletes do to perform at their top level in cold weather. And this one here should be one for the ages. The expectations of the Bills and the Bills Mafia. The Bills Mafia, I swear, these people, I would love to see what they do for their profession, just like what we found about Raider Nation. Those guys are lawyers. They're patenting the name logo. They got real smart with it. They just dress up that way. Very intimidating. They take it very seriously. Now, the Bills Mafia, I've seen some of you guys share your man caves on Twitter and on TikTok, your pregame celebrations, what you're doing with those ribs. Have you seen what they did with the ribs? I think I shared the recipe from TikTok on our Facebook feed. If I didn't, I'm going to make sure I do it. But damn it, I think we need to try that at the Man Cave Reunion 2023. I think we need to plan that meal right there. But this game has all kind of situations around it. Being Mac Jones, considering the temperatures, considering what happened the last time in inclement weather and the wind factor, you got field position, you got turnover issues in time of possession, and minimizing your mistakes, I think, is key. And with a Belichick team, he takes advantages of those mistakes, no matter how small or big they may be. In a game like this, when the weather is a key point, I'm thinking time of possession could be the mitigating factor in this one. But Bills Mafia knows what happened the last time that the weather conditions were here. So I'm thinking they should come out and just play a solid football game. Let the game dictate itself. Take what is given to you on if you're running the ball and you notice what the Patriots are doing as far as their run defense, what can you do for as adjustments, different shifts, different blocking assignments, and things of that nature right there. The referees will be all eyes on them when it comes to, how what they call it, the conspiracy theory people out there believe. Whatever Belichick wants, you're not going to beat him if the officiating gets too involved in this game. I'm still looking forward to this game right here. Patriots versus the Bills. Bigger upset. The Bills beating the Patriots or the Raiders beating the Bengals? Let me know. Type it in. Let a brother know. On Sunday, Jalen versus Tampa Tom. The Eagles versus the Bucks. And the June new homeowner, Man Cave member, Eagles fanatic, Philly fanatic. Jalen has had all kind of adversity since Tua came in that game for him. Jalen has had a hell of a ride, but he has not stopped with the continual climb of progressions of an NFL quarterback. Can I do the job? Can he do the job? Can he come in adverse situations and win the game? All odds are against Philly to compete in this game, be in this game, and win this game. But I think the mitigating factor is the Philadelphia Eagles pass rush. If they put the pressure on Brady the entire game, We've seen the numbers when Brady has pressure on him the entire game. But you must do it the entire game, not just hit in there, but the entire game. Now the Bucs are coming in with questions about the run offense. Who's going to be the go-to on the receiving end of the ball when I need that 3rd and 6? When I need that, who's going to be the go-to person? How important is the tight end play going to be for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? They're a little banged up on the defensive side of the ball, but you know what? Who cares? Those are the risks of playing in the game, especially the NFL getting hurt. But the bigger story, the Eagles beating the Bucs or the Bucs winning this game, not having a big game from a receiving core, possibly playing a double-sided monster with the running game. I guess we will see. But I think all the odds on Tampa Bay winning this game, but I'm just saying, everybody's been counting out Jalen Hurts since he's been stood in for in that game. That's all I'm saying. Hey, what's going on, boss? Appreciate it. All right, next up, we got the 49ers and the Cowboys. 49ers and the Cowboys. Well, that's a lot of high school history in this one here. You got Jody, Walt, T-Mac. Those are Cowboy fans. Cowboy fans are T-Mac and Jody. Walt is the only lone 49ers fan, good or bad. He's been through the Eddie DeBartolo Jr. situation, the video that got out that ruined all the money in San Fran for a really, really nicer venue. But either way you put it, this is 80s and 90s football the way it should be when you see the Cowboys and the 49ers playing each other. But the only thing about this game is there more pressure on Jimmy G or Dak Prescott. The thing I don't like about Dak, there's so many pronouns put on Dak when they lose. And Dak can go out here and have a 350-yard game, 3 touchdowns and no picks, and run for 65 yards. But other mitigating factors don't happen. Dak is going to be the one that gets the blame because he is the face of the franchise. He is an NFL quarterback. He signed the big money, and he plays for America's team. So how can Dallas help Dak in this situation win the game? Well, the running game really needs improvement. The receiving core needs to really step up, and I think the defense just keeps continually to do what they do, but capitalize on those turnovers. Dallas could win this game easily. Now, on the other side, the 49ers are coming here with their chest out. They're counting this as a home game, and they're playing in Big D, that being Dallas. Kittle is something else. That defense, the special teams, they have something for you. The surprise play. I think this is going to be a trick play type of a game that really benefits the 49ers. But I'm going to pick the Cowboys to win this game in a very close matchup, but it should be fun to watch. Biggest story, Jalen Hurts beats the Bucs, or the Cowboys shut out the 49ers, or the biggest story, the 49ers beat the Cowboys. Is this Jerry's last yeehaw with this core group being the Dallas Cowboys? In the nightcapper on Sunday, we have the Steelers and the Patrick Mahomes-led Kansas City Chiefs. There are lots of Chief fans. The Chiefs are already on their way to the Super Bowl. They bought tickets in L.A. and Dallas, but it's looking like the Super Bowl may be held in Dallas this upcoming month of February. But really, what does Kansas City have to do to win this game? Play Kansas City-style football. That means not starting the game off slow. Patrick Mahomes throwing an early pick in the first quarter and capitalizing on wide open throws. Those are the 3 things I'm going to pay attention with Kansas City because they have shown to me in the past few games that first quarter, early in the second quarter, they've been starting off a little slow. Officiating will be a key in this game, trust me. The Pittsburgh Steelers and Big Ben and Mike Tomlin is the only African-American head coach in the NFL, 1-32. That's a shame. That's a shame. That's another discussion. But coming into this situation, nobody knew last week, waking up Sunday, that Pittsburgh was going to be playing in a playoff game. Nobody knew that. You got to play it out. You got to let the coach figure out. Yes, the coach, Carson Wentz, may be out of a job after 1 year. Hey, it happens to coaches. It happens to coaches. Why can't it happen to a quarterback? Should have won the damn game. But now we're here. The Steelers are about to play the Chiefs. Big Ben's up there in age. There's no go-to must-see TV player on the Steelers on the offensive side. Everybody must join together and come to one to help this team get a W. I'm with Ryan Clark. I'm with him. It's funny to me what Big Ben said. Hey, we're a 12-point underdog. We have no shot in this. We have a 24 percentile chance of winning this game. As a Bronco fan, I want to see a hard-fought game. I wish the Chief fans well, my man Brandon, Miss Lala, Mr. Derek. There's a lot of Chief fans out there. A lot of Chief fans. I'm pulling for you guys. I really am. I really mean that because I want to see the matchups that we should get. There should be no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no excuse with the offensive line anymore. Your receivers, your tight ends, your safety that you just picked up to help you out. None of that should be a mitigating factor in the Chiefs trying to win this game. They're at home. No excuses if the Chiefs lose, but this is Big Ben. And if them Steelers travel and that Steeler get that core going, Big Ben, HJ, my Navy buddy, Herb Jones. Good luck to you this weekend, my man Reggie down in Memphis to you as well. Julie out in Pittsburgh, and all the Steeler Nations fan, I wish you nothing but the best this weekend. But those are the NFL matchup games that I'm looking forward to and seeing. But I got the Bengals, the Patriots, the Bucks, the Cowboys, and Kansas City winning the game. And on Monday night, we have Monday Night Football playoff game. All the football gods, the executive office in the sky are saying, wow, look at what we got. We got 17 weeks of football, and we got a playoff game on a Monday night. This matchup is scary. You got the Arizona Cardinals taking on the LA Rams. This is very, very scary. So many things, so many storylines. Arizona had our hopes up so high on them running away with this thing, foreshadowing Green Bay, foreshadowing what the Bucs have done. They were the it factor. And then it happened. You go through that little tumultuous point of the season when you got to figure things out. Is it us? Is it the matchups? Is it the coaching? You got to figure it out, and they seem to have figured something out. On the other side with the Rams, your quarterback is the biggest question mark, I think, going into this whole matchup to me. Which Matthew Stafford is going to show up? The one from college? The one that was a gunslinger in Detroit that had Megatron, or the one that realizes he's in a situation where he has to just manage the game. Not be just a situational quarterback. We don't need you to make the big play when you have playmakers around you. Let the playmakers make the game. You just make the throw. Has to be smart. We know Matthew Stafford on the over-under throwing a pick six before halftime. I think that's already in the plus. That's going to happen. Matthew Stafford is going to throw a pick six in the first half. Can we all agree on that? Yes. Can the Rams get over one pick six thrown in the first half? Yes. Is it more on the defense of the Rams using Von Miller in the right scheme? Yeah. That is key to me. That is key, using Von Miller in the right scheme. Does Jalen need to slap the fuck out of one of his teammates to be on point and for the defense secondary to wake up? The special teams game, how big is this going to be? Will Sean McVay outcoach himself? The quarterback and the head coach being best friends and hanging out, this either going to be a lifetime episode, learning curve, or straight to DVD if the Rams lose this game. But I'm not all in on Matthew Stafford doing the right thing. This is his first playoff game appearance, people. That's a lot of pressure other than the big toe, whether he want to show it or not. You better show off some NFL talent or it's all a waste. It's all a waste. I still got the Arizona Cardinals winning this game because that man, that little bitty man, the man with them thighs and that vision is going to do some things. And he got D-Hop right there. So there's all that right there. So that is what I like to see in this NFL madness of playoff football. It's here. I wish all you guys well and women fans as well, sports bars alike, whether you go to Tower Pub on Morgan Ford or whether you go to Friendly's in South City on Roger Place. I encourage you all to enjoy watching football this weekend, yelling at the TV, experimenting on food that you're going to serve on the Super Bowl, and stop charging people to watch the damn Super Bowl. You main event venue, stop it. Stop it. Stop charging people to watch the Super Bowl. That's wrong. That's wrong. We need to get back to the basics right there. All right, before I get out of here, I got something real deep I want to share with you. Something real deep. Hold on. Let me give you the list real quick of what we got coming up in the month of February. In the month of February, I got the real estate people coming on here where we're going to break down what you need to know about real estate, the home buying process of real estate. That's what I'm talking about. We're going to get them credit folks on here. This is not a $19.95 or $29.95 or $99.95 or get your credit straight today. Not doing that shit. We're going to give you the credit people on here to put you in the right direction of improving your credit and understanding your credit. We're going to get the banking people on here. We're going to go way beyond of opening up a bank account. We're going to talk to the people who got money hidden in the freezer, behind the dresser, in their baby's clothes and shoes, in the car in the garage that don't run. We need to put that money somewhere. We're tired of putting money in the bank and being charged to take our own money out. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about the other thing that nobody wants to talk about, death. What are you supposed to do if death hits your family, close-knit friends, whatever it may be? If death hits you unexpectedly, what are you supposed to do? We're going to get the funeral service people on here. We're going to break down all of that. So that's coming up next month on the show. Real estate, credit, banking, and funeral services. Yeah, we're going to get real with the folks. And no charge to nobody. This is free information out there to put to you. So real deep thought of the moment here before we get out of here on this Fist Bump Friday. Real talk. Let me need some music to this. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. Real quick here. Real talk. All right. So, I don't know if it's COVID, after COVID, what's going on now. But I think at some point, we all have had that moment we stop and we reflect on everything. No matter what age you are, you're looking at the situation, what you know, what you learn, what more you want to learn. And as you're sitting back thinking about that, you're saying to yourself, what am I supposed to do with this information that I have now? What's the next phase? What's the next step? What am I supposed to do when I have this information? It can hit you at the age of 12, 16, 18, 25, whatever it may be. I think we all go through that point where you just have a moment and you just gathering everything that you have consumed and you're thinking, okay, now what is next? What are we supposed to do with that information? And I like to call it the hidden message in the research of your life. That's pretty deep when you think about it. This is Fist Pump Friday. It's your boy Dre Montez, and I would like to thank you all for sitting in and tuning in to Montez at Midday, being brought to you by our title sponsor, the Weed Squad St. Louis. So do me a favor, do yourself a favor. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe, be cool, and most importantly, don't forget to appreciate the details of the day.